Today we're going to be graphing slope-intercept forms. Our objective is that we will be able to graph linear equations in slope-intercept form by plotting the y-intercept and using the slope. So we've already learned that slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. M stands for our slope, and b is our y-intercept. Remember that slope is the rate of change, and for our graphing we're going to use rise over run. So our first example, y equals 2/3 x minus 1. Our y-intercept is the number on the end, so -1, and our slope is the number in front of the x. Based on our slope, since it is a positive 2/3, we know that our graph will be increasing, so it should point this direction up to the right. So we are going to start at our y-intercept, -1, and then we follow the slope up 2 over 3. So this is up and this is over. So up 2 over 3. If we go up 2 over 3, we run out of space. We can also do down 2 and left 3. Then we're going to take our ruler, connect the dots, and put arrows on the end. Example number 2. We have a -1 on the end. Our slope is -2/3. Since our slope is negative, we know our line is going to be decreasing. So the thing that students get confused about here most often is they want to put the negative with the 2 and the 3. We don't do that. It only goes to one of the numbers. So I'm going to rewrite this as -2 over 3. So -2 means I'm going to go down 2, and then I'm going to go right 3. So I'm going to start at -1, my y-intercept, and then I'm going to go down 2 over 3. If I keep going down and over, I run out of space, so I'm going to go up and left. Use my ruler to connect the dots. There we go. And put arrows on the end. In number 3, they mixed up the order a little bit. The number that's in front of the x is still my slope, and the other number is my y-intercept. Now this time, our slope isn't written as a fraction, so let's turn it into a fraction. We can put any number over 1 to turn it into a fraction. So now I have my down number and my over number. Since my slope is negative, we know our line is going to be decreasing. So y-intercept of 1, and then we're going to go down to right 1. Keep going till I run out of graph paper, and then I'm going to follow the pattern in the opposite direction till I run out of graph paper. Then use a ruler to connect the dots, and put arrows on the ends. Number 4. Our number in front of our x is going to be our slope. We'll come back to that in a second. Our other number is our y-intercept, so 2. If we don't see a number in front of an x, we know that there's a 1 there, so our slope is 1, which we can turn into a fraction by putting 1 over 1. Since this is positive, we know we're increasing. So we're going to start at our y-intercept of 2, and we're going to go up 1 over 1 till we run out of graph paper. And then we're going to do the same pattern in the opposite direction. And use our ruler to connect the dots. And put the arrows on the ends. And our last two examples. We have x equals 2. We don't even have a y in this equation, which means there is not a y-intercept. If it's x equals, we want to think of the word flux. Vertical lines, undefined slope, x equals. So the slope for this would be undefined. It is neither increasing or decreasing because it's straight up and down. So I'm going to go to where x equals 2. And since it's a v, I know vertical line, so I'm going to use my ruler to make a vertical line at 2. Arrows on the end. Similarly, in number 6, we have c of x, but that means the same thing as y equals, which is going to make me think of Hoy. Since it's y equals, I know my y-intercept is -3. My slope would be 0. It's neither increasing nor decreasing. I'm going to go to where y is -3, and I'm going to draw a horizontal line. So, horizontal line at -3, and put my arrows on the ends. That's all for today. Fill in your summary, and I'll see you in class.